I step out of the shower, reeling from yet another orgasm, with only 15 minutes left before Henry will arrive. I move in a mad dash to dry off and get dressed. I pull on orange denim shorts, bright blue tennis shoes with knee-high purple socks, and a lime green t-shirt. I go for pigtails with my hair, just to make myself look little. Thankfully, I painted my fingernails pink a day or two ago, and they still look fine. I have just enough time to put on a little pink lipstick. I am blotting it with a tissue just as I hear a knock at the door. My heart leaps in my chest and I rush to the door. I have to take a second to breathe, but when I open the door, I'm still breathless. Henry is wearing jeans and a flannel shirt. He looks like some kind of mountain god from the top of his head to his boots. He smiles at me and says, "Hello there, little girl." I try to respond, but only get out a sigh. I finally manage, "Hello, Henry." He smiles and I say, "Daddy." Dear God, I'm already calling him Daddy. "Are you going to invite me in, Princess?" Princess? I stare at him as if some divine being has shown up at my doorstep, and I feel myself melting from desperate need for him, physical and emotional. I don't recall ever feeling like this about any man. I don't recall feeling anything close to this, actually. It doesn't make any sense at all that I feel this way so early in the relationship. Relationship? What relationship? We're only a few seconds into our first date. "Little girl," he says in an almost stern voice that makes my nipples grow hard as hell. Something that reminds me I was in such a hurry I didn't put on a bra, or for that matter, panties. When someone asks you a question, you need to answer. I swallow hard. "Yes, Daddy." He stares at me and I take a breath. I can feel my cheeks turning red as I say, I forget the question, Daddy." He smiles and says, "Are you going to invite me in?" I feel silly as hell. I say, "Oh, God, yes, Daddy, come in. Please come in. Please, Jesus, I just can't stop talking. Would you like to come in?" He chuckles and says, "Thank you, Pumpkin." Pumpkin, too? If he just reaches for me, I'll sleep with him right now. Hell, if he just tells me to, I'll sleep with him. I'm so excited I'm beside myself, acting like a complete fool. He steps inside, and his closeness drives me absolutely wild with need. I have no idea how I managed to keep myself from going crazy. He says, "Are you ready for our date together?" I nod happily, and he says in his wonderfully stern but still kind voice, "Use your words, little girl." I take a deep breath because I'm afraid if I don't, I'll moan when I try to answer. "I just need to grab my wallet and my keys, Daddy." "Just your keys, little girl," he responds. "You don't need to worry about spending any money today." "Okay, Daddy," I say. I can feel my cheeks. They're hot from what feels like a permanent blush on my cheeks. Damn, if I were blushing because of something I said or did, I could probably get over the embarrassment relatively quickly. The problem is I blush because of all the thoughts in my head, and not because of anything that's obvious to Henry. How in the world do I get over it when those thoughts won't go away? He says, "You should get your keys now, little girl." I realize I've been staring at his manly face for about a minute without moving. I almost jump. I squeak out, "Yes, Daddy," and rush to get them. He takes me to a zoo. A zoo! It's a 2-hour drive, and when we get there, I find myself slipping into little space even deeper than before. He walks me through the exhibits and take pictures of me feeding the llamas and the giraffes. I also get to feed seals and at the petting zoo, lambs and goats. I make faces at the orangutans and giggle like crazy when they mimic me. He buys me stuffed animals, a tortoise and a lion, and he buys me some t-shirts too. We have lunch at a burger stand right there in the zoo, and then he puts me on the zoo train and we tour things. I get to see a pair of rhinoceroses and listen dutifully when he tells me I can also call more than one rhinoceros, rhinoceros or rhinoceri. He gets me a really big rhinoceros stuffed animal at the gift shop, and I feel spoiled and wonderful. At the reptile exhibit, we see snakes and lizards, and I make Henry laugh by sticking my tongue out like the big boa constrictor. We see polar bears and we see a lot of great animals. I'm excited and happy, and as the day progresses, the bags with my souvenirs keep getting fuller and fuller. I can't believe how incredible the day is, and I especially can't believe how wonderful it feels to get to be a little girl for a while. Because there's a daddy making sure I feel that way. I love everything about our date so far. We leave at 9 o'clock after a meal at a nice restaurant overlooking the Africa exhibit, so I can eat and watch the lions at the same time. On the way home, I'm excited and giggly, and I can't stop talking about the animals. Henry is absolutely amazing.